A lot of business owners recently lost their coffee provider, and we know how disruptive that could be. If you rely on prepackaged coffee or a distribution model, you're probably dealing with rising costs, inconsistent supply, or not knowing where to turn next. That's where we come in. At Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters, we help businesses, offices, and restaurants get reliable, high-quality, fresh roasted coffee without the stress. Roasting coffee is all we do, which means what you're serving is fresher than anything sitting in a warehouse or moving from multiple distribution centers. We roast locally, control supply, and we work directly with you. No middle layers, no guesswork. Whether you're trying to manage cost, improve your quality of what you're serving, or if you simply want a coffee partner that answers the phone, we make it simple. We'll help you choose the right coffee, dial in the quantities that serve your business, and keep you stocked consistently. Coffee's one less thing you're gonna have to worry about. If your current setup just disappeared, or if you're ready for something better, let's talk. We are local, flexible, and built for long-term partnerships. So don't forget, anytime we can help you, you give us a call and we'll take care of you. Terry Miller, Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters, 330-483-5297, or you can contact me at terry@cherryblendcoffeeroasters.com. Or come on down to the Roastery, because number one, we're going to give you a sample taste, we're going to give you a tour, we're going to let you see what we do every single day. Come on down, stop in, 10th and Cherry, Northeast and Canton. You deserve a better coffee partner. Interested in better coffee.
Not just drinking it, but actually understanding it.
This channel is for people who want to brew with confidence, know what they're buying, and stop guessing their way through a cup of coffee.
In 2026, we're building Coffee Roasters University to do exactly that. We'll show you different ways to brew coffee at home or at work without overcomplicating it.
We'll help you understand why you like light, medium, or dark roast, and when it might be time to switch.
We'll teach you about coffee beans, where they come from, how they're roasted, and what actually affects the flavor. We'll also openly talk about quality and safety, what to watch out for when buying mass-produced coffee.
You will get behind-the-scenes access to our roastery, our new equipment and system upgrades, and simple tutorials on cold brew, cider, and new drink ideas that you can actually repeat at home.
Now, when you come to the shop, you'll most likely see me at the front desk. My job is to show you how we process, protect, and package your beans to make sure no matter where you are in the world, you get fresh roasted beans every time.
We're also going to take you along with us to events, community partnerships, and some nonprofit work, because coffee is about people as much as it is about products.
If you want practical coffee education,
real transparency,
and better coffee without the hype, subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe to the channel. This is Coffee Roasters University.
This is Coffee Roasters University.
This is Coffee Roasters University.
And we're glad you're here.
And we're glad you're here.
And we're glad you're here.
When you receive it, everything will be locked in position. If you unscrew the top lid, there'll be a paperwork inside. Go ahead and pull that out, and we'll discuss all the instructions in this video. The paper at the bottom, and there'll be instructions on how to properly use your French press drinking mug. My goal here is to get a 2-ounce shot in roughly, in this case, 12 seconds. Now that your espresso shot is done, set that aside. Come over here to your cup, zero it out. Remember, we're doing a 1 to 3. If it was a 1 ounce pulled single shot, I would add 3 ounces of water to my cup. In this case, I pulled a double shot. There's a lot of hype out there whether I should pour the espresso shot first in my cup and add water to it, Or should I add my water in my cup first and pour my espresso shot over? In this method, we're gonna put the water in first and then pour the espresso shot over top of the water. If you'd rather do it the other way and try it out, that's perfectly fine. It's your Americano. We just noticed that since I poured a double shot, we cannot put 6 ounces of water plus the 2-ounce shot in a 7-ounce cup. If this was a single shot, we could have stuck with this mug, you would have been perfectly fine. So since we're doing a double shot, we're gonna swap to this one. Now we're gonna pour the hot water, 6 ounces, into the glass. Now that we have 6 ounces of water, we're going to take our 2-ounce shot and pour it over top. And there is your Americano. There's no mixing, just pour the shot of espresso into the water and enjoy your Americano. Very well balanced. That is well balanced. It's like having a cup of coffee, but a little stronger.
We made our first call about 2 weeks from the time we needed to get our coffee beans, because we were ready to go. Our coffee roaster's in place. We had all the products ready, bags made, labels made, ready to go. Guess what? Nobody answered the phone. I finally got a hold of one, Balsic Brothers, out of Charleston, South Carolina. Got on there with the owner. It was a young man at the time that he works for his mother that owns the business. It's a female-owned company. He explained to me, okay, nobody's answering their phone because they're at the Coffee Expo. Well, to them, I guess a lot of the companies, they feel the Coffee Expo is more important than taking care of people like me that have no coffee beans. We're with that same company. We've been with them for over 6 years. They're a high quality company. They've been around since 1917. What you want in a good importer is going to be strictly up to you and how you decide what you want. In our business, we wanted someone that would answer the phone and they were there for us when we need them. And I was ecstatic when I found out this was actually a 4th generation company that's been around since 1917. Those are the way we create our business and what spoke to me personally. Find out what kind of a relationship you want with your importer and then go out and find that particular company. So another key question is, what is the difference between a washed, natural, and honey processed bean? It's going to make a difference in the price, the quality, and the taste of that particular product. You have to learn the difference through trial and tribulation, through your importer, and testing and make sure that you're getting the coffee that you want. With the natural, it's very simple. All the skin and the coating is taken off the bean and then they're dried. With the wash process, it's actually run through high pressure water and actually peels and takes off all the product on the beans itself. Remember that we're talking seeds. They're seeds, coffee seeds, not beans. And then it's dried. With the honeyed process, that's where they take everything off but the actual, what they call mucilage. The mucilage on the bean itself is a very kind of sticky, honey type, slimy thing, part of the bean itself. That's where they're going to actually take everything off but that and dry it with that on it, which actually is going to create a different taste on the bean when it dries. Because all these beans, the different processes that I'm discussing here is going to give you a different taste, a different attribute to that bean. It's going to roast different, it's going to taste different, it's going to cost you more or less money based on the process itself. So what this is going to mean to you as a roaster is that when you go and order these coffee beans, it's going to start out at the very high end with the honey processed, go to the natural, and then to the washed. And that's going to be your different price levels. Check out the variations of the companies because they're all going to charge you something a little different.
Now that you know the history, let's start brewing with one. Basically what I start to do is disassemble the Moka Pot. Unscrew the bottom, take the top chamber off, reach in, separate the middle. Now you have these two chambers You're gonna put water in this one. You're gonna put fine grind coffee in this one. If you do not have a measuring cup, every vessel is different. This one's a 10 cup. What I'm gonna do is take my water and I'm gonna pour it into the vessel just below the valve stem. In your vessel, look for the valve stem or some indicator to stop. You need a gap there for the steam of the hot water to press the water up the valve stem. And now once we got my water, I take my coarse ground coffee. What I want to do is just pour the coffee grounds into the center chamber. You do not need to pack it down. Loosely put it in there. With this, you just want to loosely fill up the chamber for the coffee. And then once it's filled, you're going to drop it in the bottom chamber. Next, you would take the top chamber, screw it on to the bottom. Make sure the handle is off to the side and turn it on. Have the lid open so we can watch that first initial perk of coffee. So after you have your water, your coffee, and the vessel all screwed together, you will put it on the heat source with the lid open to look for that initial perk of coffee. This may take about 5 minutes, give or take, depending on the amount of water or how big your vessel is. Normally I stay near just to watch that initial perk. Some people, in the meantime, get a cup with some sugar and they take that initial first spout of coffee and mix it with the sugar to whip it to make a cortado. And it's done. Once it's done brewing, now it's time to enjoy. Just make sure you don't touch none of the silver metal parts, only the black top or the handle. If you could only smell. This is our second course espresso. You can use any coffee you would like. You might notice when you're brewing this way, you pick up your cup and smell. On this particular coffee, I'm getting nutty, caramel, a robust notes of flavor here. We used our second course espresso, which is a blend of our Brazil and Guatemala. If you were to use a lighter roast, you would get more of the fruit and floral notes from the coffee. There is such detail work in the grind and the roast that you just miss with a drive-through cup of coffee.